myself Dr. M. Vinayak, working as assistant professor from the Department of Agriculture Engineering, Aditya University. So up to last class we have discussed the different types of tillage. So regarding the tillage, two types are there, primary tillage as well as secondary tillage. So regarding the secondary, coming to the secondary tillage implements. So here we can go, today's lecture we can go the secondary tillage implements, what is the definition of the secondary tillage as well as the objectives, list out the classification of the different tillage implements. So before going to the today's lecture, these are the lecture outcomes from the today's lecture. So define the secondary tillage implement for tillage practices and classification of the secondary tillage implements. So these are the L2 and L1 learning outcomes from the today's lecture. So this one is a secondary tillage definition. Tillage operation performed after primary tillage to create the proper soil tilth for seeding and planting are called secondary tillage. Okay. So here I am showing the two types of images. This one is a primary tillage, this one is a secondary tillage implement. So here we can see the clod size which was occurred during the ploughing operation. So very large compared to the this one. Okay. So large number of clods can be elaborated from the land below the earth surface. So during the process of primary tillage, so we need to go for the these clods should be pulverized in a tilth, very fine tilth manner. So these are the core structure of soil, CO core structure of the soil. We need to convert in a fine texture of the soil. So that is a large number of clouds we need to convert into the small number of soil particles. Okay. So that's why here mentioned the tillage operation performed after primary tillage to create the proper soil tilth for seeding as well as planting operation purpose. Okay. So this one is a what you call definition of the secondary tillage. Next one is the objective of the secondary tillage, to improve the seed bed by greater pulverization of the soil. Okay. So here we are improving the soil structure in the view of upcoming sowing operations. Okay. Next one is to destroy the grasses and weeds in the field. So during the primary tillage operation, so here the grass as well as weeds cannot be separated from the clod size. Okay. So suppose during the ploughing operation, one clod was irregular clods will be occur like this. Okay. So in this irregular clod contain number of weeds, unusual plants. So here what will be occurred during the primary tillage? So it simply excavate the soil from below the earth surface and throw out of the field. Okay. So this clay contains a set of weed particles. Okay. So after following the primary tillage with the help of secondary tillage implement, so what will happen? The entire grass present over the clods, entire grass will be pulverized. Okay. So it will be cut into the small pieces and mix with the soil. So it will be happen in the secondary tillage. So here they are mentioned, destroy the grasses and weed seeds in the field. Okay. Next one is to cut the crop residue and mix with the soil. So not only cut the weeds as well as weed seeds, it also cut the crop residues present over in the field. So here crop residues nothing but, so after harvesting the crop, so suppose we can take the paddy crop, after harvesting the paddy crop, so much of stubbles will be available in the field. Okay. So by operating the secondary tillage implement only, we can pulverize the that crop residues can mix with the soil. Okay. So even though we can operate it with the primary tillage, so if the primary tillage, what will be happen? It can excavate the soil as well as it cannot mix the crop residue with the soil. Okay. So it just open the soil, hard layer of the soil. Okay. So it cannot mix the soil. So by using the secondary tillage only, we can mix the crop residues to break the big clods and make the field surface uniform level. Okay. So just now I explained regarding the breaking of the clod size. So after after completion of primary tillage operation, the clod size was very high, like this high size of the clods in the field, in the over the field. So by operating with the secondary tillage, this clods size can be reduces into the this section like this. Okay. So here clod size is very large in nature, here very small. Okay. So next one is a, so what are the implements involved in a secondary tillage operations? So here we can see the harrows, disc harrow, spike tooth harrow, spring tooth harrow, ashim harrow, so patella, triangular harrow, blade harrow, guntaka, and reciprocating power harrow. So these are the different types of secondary tillage implement which was involved in during the process of ploughing. Okay. So again the harrows can be classified into the different section: disc harrow, blade harrow, and drag harrow. So suppose we can take the disc harrow. Already we have seen the disc plough. In the place of disc, we are mounting the same like disc structure. So here we are creating the serrated edges of the disc to the that plough. Okay. So blade harrow and drag harrow. So regarding the drag harrow, spike tooth harrow, and springtime harrow. So in detail we can see. So this one is a harrow. So here we can see the field operation of the harrows. Okay. So this one is a round harrow. The disc contains in a round in nature. Okay. To cut the soil and shallow depth for the smoothing and pulverization the soil, as well as cut the weeds and mix with the material. So if the all listed equipment above, it will be fulfill the objective of the secondary tillage implement. Okay. So it can cut the soil at a shallow depth, smooth and pulverize the soil, as well as cut the weeds and mix with the material in soil. So these are the different types of harrows I already explained in earlier slide. So regarding the disc harrow, we can see in detail. The disc harrow which can perform the harrowing operation by means of set of number of rotating disc mounting on the one shaft, one common shaft. So suppose this one is a common shaft. A set of disc can be mounted in this nature. Okay. So here we can see the one common shaft is there. A set of disc can be mounted on the common shaft. This entire shaft as well as disc was mounted to the this frame. This frame is connected to 3-point linkage. 3-point linkage for attaching the tractor and linking and dislinking the tractor, 3-point hitching system. So each set of disc was mounted to the common shaft. This one is a common shaft. These are the disc. So some of the manufacturers they can use as a circular disc as well as blunted disc. So these are the blunts. So here we can see this one is a circular disc. No, in blunted disc what will be happen like this. Throughout the periphery of the disc, okay, this one is a, otherwise I can draw the like this, it will be happen. Okay. So this one is a blunted disc harrow. Okay. So discs are mounted on one shaft or two more axle. It will be available based on the line of motion. It can cut the lumps of soil, clods and roots. So here lumps nothing but the soil contain more number of sticky particles. So it will be separate the large number of sticky particles into the small particles. So these are the single action and double action and offset disc harrow. So regarding the single action disc harrow, the set of discs can arrange in a opposite direction. Okay. So this So this disc can mounted in this direction, this disc can mounted in this direction. Okay. So during the ploughing process, the entire soil particle can be thrown in this direction, right side direction. So during the ploughing process, this disc can be soil can be spread into the left side direction. Okay. So this one is a single action disc harrow. So both side of the disc can be arranged in a opposite direction. Okay. So here also the disc are in the double action disc harrow, the disc are arranged in a opposite direction only. So this disc can be arranged this one, this set of disc can be arranged in this manner. Okay. So here also we can see the one set of disc was followed by the another set of disc, that is called as a double action disc harrow. So here one set of disc, the entire soil particle can be moved this direction as well as this direction. So in second stage, what will be happened, whenever the soil was spread into the this this direction, by using this set of disc, we can again the soil particle will be thrown out in these directions by using this disc harrows. Okay. So by following the double action disc harrow, more pulverization will be occur. Okay. So that is the advantage of the double action disc harrow. By operating the double action disc harrow, we can get the more amount of pulverization. Why? Because of the, so here one stage of pulverization will be occur, followed by the another stage of pulverization. Next one is the offset disc harrow. So most of the orchard crops, throughout the surroundings of the orchard crop, they contain more number of grass and weeds. So for removing the orchard crops weed control, by using the offset disc harrow, we can we can remove the weeds as well as we can plow the land. Okay. So suppose this one is a tractor. Okay. The entire offset disc harrow consists one side only. Okay, this one is a offset disc harrow. So it is not a full set, only half set. So these are the full set. Full set nothing but like this. In the offset only half section of the disc. Next one is a spike tooth disc harrow. So one frame is there. So this one is a one frame. One frame is there. So this frame contains almost subsections like this. So this subsection and the small amount of spikes was attached to this sections. So it is used for the very minor operations. Okay. So we can get the more number of more amount of pulverization by using this spike tooth disc harrow. So these pegs are the harrow with the peg shaped teeth or diamond cross section to a rectangular frame. So the pegs which was we have seen this one is up, these are the pegs, peg shaped of diamond cross section were attached to this rectangular frame. It is breaked to the clod, stir the soil and uproot the weeds, and for level the ground surface, break the soil and cover the weeds. So just like all the secondary tillage implement used for the breaking of clods, stir the soil and uproot the soil, as well as mix the soil with the soil materials, as well as mix the crop residues with the soil. Like this only we can we need not to go for the in detail explanation. Already we have covered the in disc harrow as well as objective of the secondary tillage. Spike tooth harrow may be rigid type or flexible type. So here rigid and flexible type. So rigid nothing but where if the soil does not contain the any rocks and as well as pebbles, in that situation we can go for the rigid one. So if the soil contain the flexible rocks as well as some hard amount of materials present over the field, by using the flexible type harrow only we can operate this thing. Next one is a, it has got a advantage for being turned up for transporting purpose. So it can be foldable one. So during the process of so here you can see the set of spike tooth harrow. So this set can be easily fold and hang to the this section. Okay, it is easy to transport. So these are mainly consist of teeth, tooth bar frame. So these are the teeth. So this entire section called as a frame, clamps for connecting this teeth to the frame. By using the clamps only we can connect guards, brasses, levers and hooks. So next one is a spring tooth harrow. So it is a one type of flexible type harrow. So where the soil contains more amount of rocks and pebbles, in that situation we can go for the spring tooth harrow. So it is a harrow which tough flexible teeth suitable for the work in hard and stony soils. Spring tooth harrow fitted with a spring having loops and elliptical shape. So these are the springs contains in the shape of elliptical. Okay, if the any rocks and pebbles can hit to this harrow, what will be happen due to the spring action? The entire the compression will be happen, so that the entire structure may not affected by the rocks as well as hard layers of the soil. Okay, so here we can see the springs, main frame and adjustment levers. So this type of harrow can see in the killing of weeds. For light harrowing, adjustment is done in a slanting position. So by using this lever, we can adjust the stages of the operation. We require more pulverization, we can disengage the lever. So we require a less number of pulverization, we can engage this lever. So this one is a ashim harrow. It is also called as a knife harrow. So here we can see this harrow contains number of blades. So these blades in the shape of knife. Okay. So these blades we can see here. These blades are in a knife shape. That's why this harrow called as a knife harrow. The front part of the knife break the soil and crush the clods. So these are the front part. By using this part we can break the clods. This harrow obtain a good pulverization of the soil. Next one is a patella harrow. So it is most of the Indian farmer in olden days, by using this harrow only they can operate the field. So it is also called as a wooden harrow, wooden plank harrow. So one wooden sheet is there, wooden plank is there. So the set of blades was arranged to that blade. So by operating this type of patella harrow in olden days, they can operated by the animals. So this entire structure was mounted to the animal yoke by using this beam section. So by pulling this entire wooden plank, we can get the pulverization of the soil. Okay. So it is also called as a wooden type harrow. Like so the wooden plank used for the smoothing the soil and crushing the weeds. It is also used for breaking clods, packing and leveling the plough to remove the weeds. The cutting edge level and pack soil and cover the hooks, uproot and collect the weeds. The cutting edge levels and packs the soil. Okay, so here two edges are there where the point of contact to the soil surface. In that surface, so in that surface called as a cutting edge. That cutting edge can cut the soil as well as pack the soil. So here they can provide the hooks also for collecting the weeding purpose. So this one is the top view of the patella harrow. This one is the side view of the patella harrow. So this one also one type of harrow. So that is a triangular harrow. One triangular frame is there. So the triangular frame contains number of tooths and pegs. Okay. So this one is a triangle shape. Okay. This triangle shape contains number of tooths and pegs. By using the clamps, we can connect these tooth and pegs to this harrow. Next one, the teeth of the spikes are fixed and not adjustable. So these are the fixed teeths. These pegs are called as a fixed one, we cannot change once we can fix. So if any teeth was damaged or worn out, we need to replace with the new one. So why? Because of we are arranging with the clamps only. No, the type of pulverization soil help the killing and weeds. The levelers are provided for setting the teeth for varying the depth of operation. So based on our requirement, the teeth size will be adjustable one. Okay, so if you want more depth of operation, you can change this tooth length. Okay, so next one is a blade harrow. Okay, so it is similar like cultivator. So in the cultivator details we can learn in upcoming lectures. It is used to prepare the seed bed mostly in clay soils. Okay, so the triangle shaped blades was arranged to this frame. Okay, one shank is there. The shank was contain triangle shaped blade. This blade can mounted on the frame. Okay, it is mostly suitable for working in a clay soil. It works like a sweep which moves into the top surface of the soil without inverting the soil. Okay, so it is by using this harrow we can plow the land, or you can pulverize the land at top surface soil only. You cannot go for the in depth for pulverization operation. So these are the ridges. So in this slide, the ridges also very important for preparation of the seed bed. So suppose we can take the field crops, we did not require the seed bed, no. Okay, so raised seed bed was not required. Raised seed bed nothing but, so suppose, so this one is a normal soil surface. We can raise the bed from soil surface to 15 centimeter height. So that is called as a raised bed. So this one is a flat bed, nothing but open field. So this one is a open field, this one is a raised bed. So from the earth surface, soil surface to, we can raise the bed at the height of 15 centimeter. So in this field we can grow the normal agricultural crops, agriculture nothing but field crops. So here we can grow we can go for the root crops like groundnut, potato, radish, as well as sweet potato, like onion. We can go for this crop. Okay, this raised bed method, so that we can easily get the harvesting by using this raised bed method. Okay, so in open bed method, we can sow the land in a open field method. So it is difficult to sow the difficult to harvest the operations. Next one is it is a implement important using from farm ridges required for sowing row crops and plant as well as till soil. Okay, the ridges also used for the forming of field channels, earthing up, and similar to other operation. Ridger is also called as a ridger plow. Okay, so by using this plow we can get the so here we can form one ridges, here we can form another ridge, here we can form a ridge. So here we can form a small ridge. Okay, so complete two ridges will be found by using the 3-tine ridger. Okay, so it is not only used for the seed bed preparation, but also you can use make the channels. Okay, for irrigation purpose. Okay, for that purpose also we can use this type of ridges. By removing this one, by operating these two ridges only, we can form a channels. So through the channels we can irrigate the land. So up to now we have discussed the secondary tillage as well as objective of secondary tillage. So different implements involved in the secondary tillage, like disc harrow, regarding the disc harrow, offset disc harrow, double action disc harrow, single action disc harrow is there. Next, spring tooth harrow, spike tooth harrow, triangular harrow, so ridges, like that we have discussed up to now. So finally, these are the summary of the present lecture. So student will get the classification of tillage as well as secondary tillage implements. So tomorrow lecture we can discuss the cultivators as well as forces acting on the tillage. Thank you.